Deep within the heart of South Africa's economic hub, the township of Soweto beats with vibrancy and hope. Home to over 1 million people, including 2 Nobel Prize winners, South Africa's most metropolitan township is infused with a history of perseverance and struggle. Despite the freedoms now enjoyed in post-apartheid South Africa, the country continues to face serious challenges within its socio-economy. For many, education is seen as the path to a better life. In a rapidly growing, interconnected world, technological integration has become a leading factor in stimulating internationalization and sustainable economic growth. Within the University of Johannesburg's Faculty of Economic and Financial Sciences, 2 young researchers are leading the drive towards bringing technology into the classroom.
The University of Johannesburg recently embarked on a strategy to meaningfully integrate technology into its teaching and learning process. And of course, for lecturers, this allowed us the unique opportunity to explore the possibilities of mobile technology in the classroom and experiment with a number of systems to see exactly how the functionality of the systems are received by students in the classroom. The idea for us was really to challenge tradition and question those traditional learning approaches with a view of perhaps adding some contribution to the discourse around 21st century pedagogy. What was also important for us was that the research supports the objective of the study. In the early stages of our research, we found that one of the most important needs within the education space around technology was a system that was all-encompassing, holistic, and also took into account the learning needs and the individual lecturing styles of our academics. Within a country like South Africa, it was also important for us to take cognizance of the socio-economic conditions and the resource constraints which we often find ourselves facing, especially within the rural areas.
After experimenting with a number of systems, we saw promise within the Google Classroom platform. In conjunction with our research on contemporary education practices, we established the eNACT solution. eNACT is a fully integrated technology-based solution to teaching and learning. We then rolled out a number of field tests to assess the functionality and practicality of the eNACT solution, but perhaps more importantly, to assess how well students transitioned from a fully traditional paper-based system to one that is fully electronic.
The eNACT solution allows for a holistic approach to integrating technology into education processes. Material. Announcements. Lecturers are allowed to create online announcements for the attention of students pertaining to various administrative and operational matters, which allows for immediate communication. Lecture notes. Through the use of Google Docs, lecture material can also be uploaded and made available prior to lectures. Primary engagement, note-taking. Students have the ability to store the material for editing and note-taking in both online and offline environments. This feature is particularly useful in instances of limited or no internet connectivity. Real-time interaction, view questions and solutions. During lectures, students are enabled to, in real time, view answers to lecture examples on their individual devices. In addition to the facilitation of interactive engagement in the classroom, this feature allows learners to leave the lecture with complete solutions. Ask questions. Students can also ask questions in real time which pop up on the lecturer's individual handheld device out of class view. These questions can then be appropriately addressed, which in essence allows learners to shape the direction of the lecture. Student solutions on screen. In addition, lecturers can in real time request an individual student solution, which can then be displayed on screen and engaged with through class discussion. This has the benefit of creating a more interactive classroom environment. Quizzes. Furthermore, lecturers are allowed to facilitate quizzes during class time by using Google Forms. This allows for the identification of learning areas that need clarification or additional explanation. This also introduces exciting gamification features, which enhances enthusiasm and engagement during class time. Secondary engagement, discussion groups. Access to discussion groups on the Google Classroom platform is also available. Peer-to-peer networking and engagement is enhanced through student discussions which lecturers monitor and facilitate. Voice recordings. During class, voice recordings of the lecture are made. and subsequently shared for revision and clarification purposes. YouTube videos. Through the use of Google Forms, feedback from students on concepts needing further explanation can be submitted. In response, YouTube videos can then be made where principles are re-explained. This provides the added benefit of allowing students to work through them at their own pace. Hangouts. Additionally, online consultations through the use of Google Hangouts are also available to students. This allows them to have contact sessions with lecturers even when they are away from their respective campuses for extended periods of time. Assessment. Online tutorials. Lastly, tutorial questions can be placed on Google Classroom. Through the aid of formulas in Google Sheets, these tutorial questions can be answered and graded automatically in real time to guide students through their solutions. This also lessens the administrative burden of grading, which allows for capacity building among academic staff.
After reviewing the results of our field tests, the functionality and practicality of the eNACT solution proved to be successful. We successfully implemented every aspect of the eNACT solution, from online material to interaction with students and assessments. Upon assessing the results of the students' perceptions, 87% of students describe the eNACT solution as adding value to their learning experience.
Google Classroom has a significant role in individual because the benefits of it is that you can keep it offline and the students can interact with other students while in class by posing questions and answering other questions that other students have asked.
The thing about Google Classroom is that it has made everything easy for me. It's just that I take notes home and then I don't have to worry about anything.
The YouTube videos have further enhanced my understanding of the concepts covered in class.
The difference between the lecturer that is using the Google Classroom and the lecturer that is not using the Google Classroom is that with the lecturer that is using the Google Classroom, we can be able to understand easy as a student because we can be able to retrieve information from the Google Classroom and we can be able to communicate with the lecturer.
So like the quizzes make the lecture more fun because sometimes accounting can be so boring. We all know.
Furthermore, 90% of students describe their eNACT solution as enhancing their computer literacy skills.
So the eNACT solution is really all about empowerment. Empowerment from the perspective of our academics to not only empower them with the confidence and the ability to apply technology in the classroom, but also to give our students the confidence and energy to go out there in the world and navigate through this digitized, interconnected space that we find ourselves in today.
Through material, primary engagement, secondary engagement, and assessment, the eNACT solution provides a complete answer to fully integrating technology into the teaching and learning process.